live for another beading class. We always have fun together, learning something new, playing, designing, inspiring each other. So thank you for joining me. Like I said, I'm here live. It is 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time where I am. I'm on the West Coast. I'm in California specifically, and we're finally starting to cool down a little, so I'm very grateful for that. So thank you for joining us wherever you are coming from. Welcome. We have Eric here in the background helping us, and I'm going to guess we're going to have Michelle pop on real soon to help us as well. It is our wonderful team in the background who is there to also help answer questions, provide links, all sorts of goodness, and make jokes and do all sorts of fun stuff. And I see Jan from Montana. Hello. Oh my goodness. And so I want to show you what we're going to be working on today. We are going to be making a bracelet and earring set. So the earrings are the ones I'm wearing. So if you can kind of see these, I'll take them off here in a minute. And then we're going to make a bracelet too. So here is the bracelet itself that we're going to be making. And what I really like about it is this attachment method for the clasp. I'll show it a little bit more close up once I flip my camera down, but I use a thread and wire protector to kind of reduce the strain on the thread. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I'm excited because it's something kind of new for me. Oh, hello, Gussie and Tanya and Laura D. Hello. Oh my gosh, 90 degrees there in Florida. Oh, stay cool. I hope you have something cold to drink and some air conditioning on. I think we're supposed to be 89 today, but that's better than it has been. So I'm excited that's at least in the 80s. Hello, PJ and Santa Barbara girl. Hello, Bonnie and Hazel. Good morning to everybody. Denise. Hello, and Ellen. Oh my gosh, a good crowd here today. We always have fun together. It is wonderful to see those familiar names. Thank you for joining me today as we play, because this is what we do. I always think of this as playing. And actually, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I've been gathering my beads before I come up with a design. So I don't even know if I'm going to be doing a bracelet, an earring, some accessory. But I've been gathering the beads that I want to use first, looking at them all on my table, and then just kind of seeing where inspiration takes me. So that's been really fun. I've been doing that with my last couple designs, and it's been so fun. Oh, hello, June from Arizona, 94. Oh, Tracy's 90 in Texas so far. Ooh, because it is not that late in the day. I'm sorry, that is going to be hot today. Lou from Gulfport, hello. Yes, we do always have fun together. I love it, Ellen. All right. Oh, hello from Maryland, Gigi. Oh, thank you. I love this top. This was one of those ones I had to buy. Okay, guys, so we're going to be doing our beading today. We'll make a bracelet and a pair of earrings. So I'm going to show you the technique. And then I've got some beautiful new strands that Mix Master Megan came up with. She came up with these beautiful check fire polish strand assortments that look great together. Again, it's one of those things really letting the beads speak to you. When you start with a beautiful color palette, it's very easy to design. So I'll show you those as well. Then a quick reminder, if you are on YouTube or Facebook, welcome. Please do feel free to comment. Just know I can't see them live. I like to say that every show, just so that people who are on the other platforms don't think that I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I literally can't see your comments. But there is a link in the description of your video. If you click on that, it will pop you over here to Art Beads. And then when you comment, I can see it and we can play together and answer questions and share ideas. Oh, hello, Myra and Tilly. Hello, guys. Other couple quick notes. If there's anything you want to see or learn more about that is on my beading table before I have a time to talk about it, or Michelle has the ability to pop up the banner, it's in that shopping bag. So that's my Mary Poppins bag. Everything is preloaded, including the tools. You can see everything, the whole show. You can learn about its quantity, its price. You can add it right to your shopping cart. You can even cash out and never leave the show, which is awesome. Oh my gosh. Hello, Hannah. Oh my gosh. Beading Kumihimo at the moment. Love it. Oh, good. Okay. Sorry. I keep getting distracted. I love all the comments. I could just chat all day. Hello, Christy and Susanna and Debbie. 71 in Minnesota. That's nice. 71 is pleasant. All right, guys, let's pop the camera down. Let's see what's on my table and let's start playing. Okay. My backyard. Happy Wednesday to you too, Denise. Oh, 91 there. Yeah, and it's still not the peak of the day, so it's going to be hot. All right. So let me show you guys this up close. So this is the beaded bracelet that we're going to be making. It's so much easier to see, I think, when the camera is down. So here is the bracelet. Now this is my favorite part right here. I used the little thread and wire protectors because it's a magnetic clasp. So if you look at this, you're going to be tugging on it repeatedly. Like I like to pull them apart by kind of putting my nail in there, but you are going to be kind of pulling on it. So I thought that these thread and wire protectors would be really nice because the strain is then on the metal of the thread and wire protector, and it's not on the wildfire itself. So I love that. So this is going to be the bracelet we're going to be making. And I'm going to show you a couple sections on how to do it. And then, of course, when you get your supplies, you can make the whole bracelet yourself. But I also want to show you how to make a matching earring as well, because why not? It's fun. So here are the earrings. I'm going to take them off real quick because I was wearing them. They're very lightweight. So if you have any issues with heavier earrings, these are nice because they're really lightweight to wear. They feel like you don't have anything on, which is really nice. So here you go. So this is the little earring. It's kind of a modified version of the bracelet design itself, and it uses the same beads, which is fun. So that's what we're going to be making today. So we are going to be using this strand assortment, and I already used half of it to create the sample piece here. This is called Autumn Berry, and Megan put this together, and it's so pretty. These are 4mm check fire polish beads, and this is a strand assortment that she put together. So I love the colors. You got like a plum, a green, you have a little bit more of a pinky one here, and then like a nice neutral cream with like a pink accent. So this is called Autumn Berry, and you see how sparkly they are, and they're fire polish. And there's a couple other ones too that she put together, and I have a couple samples, but I don't have all the colors, but I did put all the colors available in the shopping bag. But this is a really pretty one as well. The thread protectors do come in silver as well. So I tried to put all the findings in their silver version in the shopping bag as well. So there should be earring hooks, there should be clasps, and there should be like the thread and wire protectors, because I thought like this combo right here, I love this blue combo. This would be so pretty in silver. So I did put the silver findings in that shopping bag as well. But this is a beautiful color. And then this is a gorgeous color combo too. I love that saturated one in the middle. Oh, thank you, Julie. This is a really fun project. It's actually not that hard to do. You'll see that we just need to learn a couple bead weaving sequences basically, and then you do them on repeat. So it's actually a pretty easy bracelet, and the fire polishes are really nice to work with. All right, so those are these beautiful strands that are brand new. Megan just made them, so they're really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put some of these up and aside. And we are having a big check glass sale right now, and also a sale on stringing material and clasps, which works out really well too, because we are using stringing material and clasps and some beautiful beads, of course. Okay, I'm gonna put those up there. So I wanna show you everything we're gonna work with. Yes, they are fresh. They are brand new. Like they popped up, I think, this morning. So they are brand new. And this, I love this one. This is that Autumn Berry. So that's where the name of the bracelet came from. All right, so what we are going to do, yes, Kara, I agree. Megan has got such an eye for color. It is just yummy. Like what she sends is so inspiring. So we are going to be using you can use a 10 or an 11 needle. We're going to be using some wildfire. I'm going to use black in 0.006. You could also use white. You could use gray. So like maybe if you're doing this combo here, you'd want to use the white so it blends in. So you can just kind of pick which one matches best. But I always like for doing the demo here to do black. It just is easier for us to see. When you're making the bracelet, you're going to need 6 feet of thread. So 6 feet of thread. It sounds really long, but it works up pretty fast. So it keeps kind of getting shorter and shorter on you. So those are the stringing materials you'll need. You'll need the Autumn Berry strand assortment. Then we're going to use some really fun beads, kind of in the seed bead family. So I've got these ones here. I've been using this color a lot. This is a milky amethyst. So this is silver lined milky amethyst, and it's a size 8/0 Toho round. We're going to be using a Miyuki Delica, and this is a little 1101. And I like to do it, if you can see the sample here. So we've got the gold findings, and I thought it was nice to add just little specks of gold throughout the design to just carry the gold throughout. So that's where the little delicas come in. I did put some silver ones also in the shopping bag if you are changing to a silver color palette. And then I've got these ones I'm not going to use in this design, but I had it as a color variation. These are little demi rounds. This is the demi round I'm using in the design. It's just like mauve mocha. This color I tend to use a lot. I love it. So this is a little 11/0 demi round. They're kind of like a squished seed bead, but they're really good for filling in tight corners, especially when you're doing bead weaving. If you could see here, I use them at the join area because they're nice and narrow. And then I love these. I'm a big fan of these hex beads, and these are a size 8/0 hex. And I think I put a few other hex beads in the shopping bag that would work as well. There's like a darker rosy color, and then there's this other one which is matte. So the hex beads are really fun. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to just spread out little piles of beads. I have some of the 4mm fire polish already spread out. Let me see if my camera can go any lower. Yeah, the hexes are so cool, Denise. I'm a big fan of these. They actually come in quite a few colors too, but I feel like they're a bead that I didn't really know existed until recently, and now I'm a bit obsessed with them. Hex beads and English cut beads are my current favorites. Okay, so we're just gonna make little piles of these beads so that they're there and they're ready to be picked up. And a little goes a really long ways, which is neat. All right. Okay, so you are gonna have 6 feet of thread. I don't have quite as much because we're gonna do a demo swatch here. But you would have your 6 feet put on, no stopper. So you just have your tail right here. And you're gonna leave a good 9-10 inch tail on this project because at the very end of the day, you're gonna go back and add your clasp and your wire protector to the end of it. Yeah, the demi rounds are really cute. Oh, Carol, you have them in iridescent. I love that. Oh, I think that comment went too fast for me, but I think I saw a hex cut peyote bracelet. That sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. So many beautiful things you can do with these beads. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we've got 4 colors of these check fire polish beads. So we're going to go ahead and pick up the really saturated purple one first. So we've just got that. Then we're gonna pick up a demi round, followed by a gold seed bead, followed by this milky amethyst, another gold, another demi round, and then we're gonna do one of these green ones. So this is what I've got on my needle. And that's gonna be the same sequence between every 4mm fire polish. So it'll be a demi round, a gold, a nice big purple, a gold, a demi round. So that'll be the same sequence between all of our nice big fire polishes. So I'm just gonna pick up that same sequence again. And this is like a modified right angle weave with an embellishment. So it's got a little twist to it. And I love using all of these fire polish together. I think it just looks very luxurious. All right, so I'm gonna slide this down to make sure it doesn't come off my thread since I don't have a stopper on here. And I'm gonna do another demi, gold, light purple, gold, demi, and then the last color of the seed bead. Let me see. Did I do that right? Nope, I didn't do that right. I put that in the wrong order. Well, you can put them in any order you like, but I was not supposed to pick up that milky colored one yet. I wanted to have my 2 more purpley colors opposite each other and my 2 lighter colors opposite each other. All right. So let me redo that. So now I want to pick up this more rosy one, and I'll show you guys the entire sequence on the thread once I have it on here, because you're going to be repeating the sequence throughout the whole bracelet. Okay, now I'm ready for the milky one. And then one more sequence of the demi, gold, purple, gold, demi. Okay, this should be all of it. I am using a tulip needle, and I'm using a size 11. And 11s used to be my favorite, but now I'm kind of going towards 10s more. I find 10s work just as well, and they're a little easier to thread if your eyes are getting a little tired of looking for that little needle, eye of the needle. But a 10 or 11 will work great. Oh, hello. Oh, Ruth Alice, good luck at the dentist. Oh my gosh, we all send you hugs. Okay, so this is our sequence. So we have a fire polish, then we have that sequence of the demi round, the gold, the nice 8-0, another gold, and another demi round, and it's between all the fire polishes. So you have a total of 4 fire polishes on there. Now you want to make sure you have that nice long tail of at least 9 to 10 inches. And then you're going to go loop it around and go back through some of your beads to make a circle. And this is why we didn't do a stopper bead. What you can also do at this time is you can even tie a knot. So why don't we do that? This gives it a little extra security, and it starts your finishing technique for you. And so if we just make a little round right here, it pulls it together. And if we can tie a little knot right there too. And just give it a good little tug, and it made a little round. And if you remember the earring, you can see how this little round is actually the foundation for our earring when we get there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our needle and we're gonna go back through this bottom row of beads until we exit this other dark bead. So I have the green opposite the cream and kind of the 2 plum purple colors opposite each other to kind of balance it out. Oh my gosh, Ruth Alice, she is watching, not listening. Okay, well, that's a good reminder that if anyone does want to watch the replay of this, it becomes available just as soon as this show ends. So you can always watch the replay. Okay, so I'm just retracing my steps here. And then we're going to do the little embellishment on the top of it. Now you could also skip the embellishment phase if you want. If you like the nice open circle, you can skip this next section, this next part of it, and just have nice big open circles too. Linda, oh my gosh, you're at the heart doctor. Oh my goodness. Hugs to you as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create basically an X within our O. So kind of X's and O's. To do that, we're going to pick up a demi round, a gold, a purple, and then we're going to do our hex bead. Oh, you know, I put a different color hex bead down here. Okay, so you have a couple hex beads to choose from. Actually, I'm going to go with this one is what I did in my demo, but they both look really good. You could do the brighter purple too. Okay, so then I'm going to do a hex bead, and it's very shiny. If you can see that, it's super shiny. And then we're gonna do another purple, another gold, and another demi round. And this is the start of our top middle embellishment. And so we're going to now go across. So we're gonna go from here to make this X. So you can twist and turn your piece however you like. And we're gonna go this way. Oh, hello, Tina. Oh, good, Annetta. I'm glad. We just bought a new set of chimes, too. We do love it. And we brought this wonderful bell for our front porch, too. It's supposed to bring happiness to the home. So we brought this bell. Okay, see how we striped this? So we exited this one, and we went across and back this way. And now what we're going to do is pick up another demi, another gold, and another purple. And now I'm going to go through that hex bead again. And this is what's creating the X in the middle of this project. Okay, and then we need one more arm of the hex. Ooh, Carol, great question. I'm going to let Michelle research. She has got a really good eye for color, so she can see if there's any hex beads and demis to match the blue check glass. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do another purple, and then we're going to do another gold and another demi, and now we're going to go through this hex bead going this way. And this is what creates this little X in the center of our round. But like I said, if you want, you can just keep that round open, like for the earring, and then you can have like more of an open work design if you don't want these little X embellishments. Okay, so I'm going to pull this, and then you're going to see what that X looks like. Okay, so there is our little center design. Oh, hello, Marie. Now what we need to do is we need to exit this fire polish on the edge. So I'm just going to run my thread all the way down through those beads until I exit right here. So it's kind of like right angle weave, but at one point we kind of break away from right angle weave to add our top embellishment. Okay, so that is the little swatch right here. So now what we are wanting to do, we'll go back to the sample here. We do that on repeat, but between those clusters with the X's, we have a little smaller cluster that's primarily just the fire polish and the demis. So to do that one, we are going to pick up a demi round, a fire polish, and I'm doing the same fire polish that's on this edge here. So, because you see how this is going to go on this bottom edge. So I picked up that color right there. Oh, hello, Tina. Welcome. We are bead weaving today. And then I'm going to pick up a green, another demi, kind of the shinier plum color one, and another demi. So this is what I've got on my needle right here. And now I'm going to go back down through this bead here to make my cluster. Oh, wonderful, Tanya. You know, I think autumn is my favorite season too. I am so ready for Halloween decorations and fall decor and sweaters. I mean, we don't get to wear them that often here in California, but it is nice to have that option sometimes. So here we go. We just created that little cluster right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our needle, and this is where the right angle weave comes in, and exit this green end bead. And I want to show that main cluster again. So this is how we start to build it. And if you look at this bracelet here, this is about a 6.5, 7-inch bracelet, and it needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those big clusters with, of course, then 6 of the little clusters in between. And I ended on big clusters, but you can make it so that, you know, you can end on smaller clusters. Oops, there's my other clasp for the demo. There we go. So that is how we're going to do it. But I want to show you guys one more time that center cluster before we move on to the earring. And then you just do it on repeat. But I also want to show you how to finish off the piece too by adding those thread and wire protectors. So let's do one more outer cluster here. So again, if it was a little confusing, I'm keeping all the same colors on the side. So this side is always going to have this kind of more shiny reddish plum color, and this one's going to have more of the saturated purple. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to pick up, again, that same sequence that goes between all of them, all of the fire polishes when we're doing the big round. So it's the demi, the gold, the milky amethyst, the gold, and the demi. And because I'm on this side here, I'm going to now pick up one of these shinier, a little bit more sparkly fire polishes. And then we're going to do the same thing, demi, gold, purple, gold, demi. And then we are going to see what our next one needs to be, because see, these all, each round has one of each color. So we've already got the green. Now we've got that pretty shiny one. Now we're gonna need the cream colored one. It's like a marbled cream. It's really pretty. Okay, and we're just gonna keep going. Okay, slide that down. And then we got to add a little bit more, but we've got that nice sequence. Let's see if I put a demi on there. Did I put a demi? Nope, missing my little demi. So I'll do a demi round. And then we want that really nice darker purple. And then one more of the sequence that goes between all the fire polishes. Okay. And so now we want to go back through this end bead, which is our nice green one. Make a loop. And then we're going to do that X again. So I want to show you that X one more time, just so make sure everyone has it if they want to create this pattern themselves. And you'll get the hang of it. It'll start to go really fast. Okay, so now we're just working our thread all the way through until we exit that nice shiny bead on the end. Oh, great question, Kat. Okay, so I am using some beautiful fire polish bundles that Megan made. So this is the Autumn Berry one. This is the mix that I am using. It's 4 strands of 4mm fire polish. Megan just put these together. So these colors that I'm showing just launched this morning. So these are really pretty. And I put a few extra colors in there that Deb showed in her show on Monday, but they're beautiful bundles of fire polish. So you can see I've got a couple different ones. They're really pretty, really, really pretty. And I'm using the Autumn Berry one. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make that X one more time. But like I said, you could definitely make this bracelet without the X's if you wanted to. So we're gonna pick up a demi, a gold, a purple, and then we're gonna do one of those hex beads, followed by a purple, a gold, and a demi. So that's what we've got on there. So I think if you substituted 2mm rondelles for the demis, I think they will work. They're just gonna look a little bit different because I think they're gonna be bigger than this. So you could definitely try it. I think it will work with the pattern. It's just, there's gonna be, it'll make the pattern a little bit larger in scale is my guess, but definitely try. I'm always thinking and saying that we should always experiment and try, and there's more than one way to do it, so I say go for it. All right, so we're exiting that bead, and we basically want to make an X going across. So to do that, we just go through this bead right here on the bottom, like so. Oh, thank you for the hearts. So the demis are size 11, and the hexes are size 8. Great question. The bigger, the milky amethyst purples are 8s and the golds are 11. So we're playing with a lot of different sizes here. Okay, and now we want to make the X. So we need another demi, a gold, and then we are going to go through our hex bead. So it's got that nice shine in the middle there. Did I forget? I forgot a purple bead. Let's see if I can snake out of here without having to rethread my needle. I forgot a purple. Yep. Okay, so then we need a purple. Then we'll go through there. Always love it when you can pull your needle out and it doesn't get caught, and then you don't have to rethread it. I swear my eyes are getting worse for threading needles. All right, then we got this, and we're gonna just go through this bead again, going in this direction, which sets us up to end up towards the end. The edge, I should say, not the end. Okay, so see, there we've got that X now. So now what I'll do is work my way all the way through until I exit this bead, and then I want to show you how to attach the clasp. So we're going to pretend that we did the entire length of the bracelet. So what you see here is just do that on repeat. So there's just those little clusters between the big ones. And then you need to attach your clasp. And this is what the clasp attachment looks like, which is pretty fun. So we're going to be using a thread and wire protector, which we haven't done before when attaching magnetic clasp. So I really want to show you that. Oh, thank you, Kara. I've been playing more lately. I gotta say, I feel like I've been having even more fun with the designs lately. I don't know, just super inspired. Heather, I am almost there. I think I'm actually making an eye appointment this week because I feel like I just use glasses for beadwork and reading at this point. And I don't know, maybe that needs to change because I am definitely needing, I think, a little extra help. Okay, so yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, guys, we're all in the same boat. Yeah, I had to like rig up extra lights last night when I was doing some beadwork because like I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach the clasp. And so to attach the clasp, like I said, we're gonna use the thread and wire protector. We're gonna pick up one demi round, 2 of the gold delicas, these 11 O's, and 1 of the purple bead. So this is what we've got on our needle. Yeah, Jan, we are. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely feeling it. Okay, so this is what we've got coming out of that bead. And this is the bead at the end of your bracelet. And this would be the same for right here. You left that nice long tail. You would just work your tail to the end and then you would do the same attachment method. That's why you left the long tail. So now if you look at the thread and wire protector, this is what it looks like. It has 2 little like tubes, 1 on each side. And what's nice is your needle can go right through there. So that is a side tube right there. And your needle can go right through it, which is awesome. And then what we're going to do is loop around, and there's a groove that your thread is going to sit down into, and we're going to go down through the other groove. And I think this is my new favorite way of attaching a magnetic clasp. So this is essentially what we've got right now. So at this point, you want to take your magnetic clasp, and this is actually a little different style. This was the one I had as a duplicate. The one that I used for the actual bracelet here is a little bit more substantial, and it's there in that shopping bag if you want to see it. But here's the one we're going to use as the demo, but it's the same premise here. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go right through that little loop at the base. Yes, the bead sets are all 4 millimeter. Great question. Okay, and then I want to show you what happens here. So we're going to just go ahead, scoot that clasp loop onto the loop of the thread and the wire protector. And you see how it's now looped on there. And then we're going to pull our thread so that it sits down next to the bead that we put in there. So I'm trying to get a clear picture here. Oh no, Rosetta, I am so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. Oh my gosh, that's no fun. The stomach pains and the ER are no fun. Okay, so this is what we've got. And what we want to do is go back down through that nice purple bead. I got my tail in my way from the other side. Okay, we're going to go down through the purple bead again. And now we're going to add, this is what we've got. So you see how it's on there, which is really nice. And now we're going to add 2 more delicas, which are the 11 O's, and 1 more of the little demis. And we're going to go back through this bead. Okay, and at this point, you have attached your clasp. So there is the little attachment method. Now, I kind of want to be extra secure on this one because it is a magnetic clasp and we are doing bead weaving where we're going to be kind of yanking on it. I actually want to go through it one more time. So I'm just going to retrace my steps through all my beads, because I was like, it's always better to be safe than sorry, especially when you've spent time and energy making a project. So you can just go through your beads, and then you can go through the thread and the wire protector again. So just go up through, get that clasp out of the way. So it is a magnetic clasp, so it does tend to stick to your needle a little bit. Okay. And then go through the middle so that you are going over that thread bridge again and you're going through the clasp. And then go back down through the other side. And we're just retracing our steps. So they're not adding anything new at this point. And you can see that that thread is in the groove of the thread and the wire protector. So that's really handy. And then we're going to go down through our beads again. Okay. And before I pull too tight, I noticed my thread slipped out of my groove a little bit. So I'm just going to go in and make it sit nice before I pull too tight. Okay. And then what we can do now is, I think I went through one extra bead there too. I was a little overzealous. Okay, go here. Yep, I went through the wrong demi. Too many demis. Where's my thread? Oh, there it is. Okay. Go through your beads. And then you can start to weave your tail in and just retrace your steps. And then when you are ready, you can tie little discreet knots. So just slip under a thread bridge and go through the little loop you made, pull tight. You could do a double knot right there if you like, or you can go down a little further. Always going through all the beads. And then tie another little knot under a thread bridge. We're just slipping our needle under. Make a little loop. Pull tight. Go through some more beads, and you kind of get the idea. You can do a knot in several places, and then when you're all done, you just trim your end, and then you would go back, put your needle onto this thread, work your way to this end, and then do the same exact attachment method. And then this is what you're going to end up with. So this will be your finished bracelet design. So you got those X's and O's right here. You got the smaller cluster here. And then to attach your clasp, you've got those nice thread and wire protectors, which kind of give it a really nice finishing touch too. So that little extra bit of metal, and it's coming out of that nice big 8/0 bead. So it just looks really kind of polished and professional. So I think it's a nice way of adding a good finishing touch. And also makes you feel better because you're not going to have that metal of the clasp rubbing on your thread. It's going to rub on the metal of the thread and the wire protector. So that is our bracelet, but we're not done yet. We're going to make a pair of earrings. So we're going to make a wonderful pair of earrings that's actually pretty quick and easy to make. So that's why we're going to have time to do it here in this show. Oh, it does look like an autumn wreath. You're right. And I'm loving all the well wishes for Rosetta. You guys, we have the best community here. Absolute best. Okay, so let me put that bracelet down. So for our earring, here is what you've got. Same exact beads. You don't have to add any new beads to this. We're just going to be using this pretty autumn berry mix. You are going to need a earring hook and a jump ring. So what we're going to do, and we're going to just pre-open our jump ring so it's ready for us. And like I said, the earrings are really, really lightweight. So if you have any issues with earring weight, these are a great design. Okay, so you'll need about 18 inches of your thread. And you guys get to watch me try to thread a needle. We just talked about this. Oh, wonderful, Benita. Oh, this would make a beautiful Christmas gift for sure. And you're going to be able to make multiples out of one strand set, one strand bundle. Because you can see that I made the samples out of the same strand bundle and I still have at least half left. So if you are thinking of gifts or selling, you're going to be able to make a lot of this design with the same set of materials. Okay, so we put this on. Again, we're not going to tie a knot, and we're going to start with the exact same sequence that we did before, but I think I need some more demis out. Okay, so we are going to do, let's start with a green fire polish, a demi, same sequence. So demi, gold, that milky amethyst, another gold, another demi. Then we're going to do that pretty shiny fire polish that sparkles so nicely, followed by a demi, gold, amethyst, gold, demi. I'm going to let those guys slide down. So that's what we've got. And now we're going to keep adding. So now we need to add that nice cream color fire polish. It's more marbled than cream in person. It's really pretty. It has some cream undertones, but it's definitely got some other colors and layers to it. Okay, and then here we go. And then we just need our last one, which is that really nice saturated purple. And then one more of the middle bead section. Okay, let me hold up what I've got. Okay, so here is our sequence. So again, it's exact same way we started the bracelet. So nothing has changed from the bracelet to the earring here. And we're just gonna go through, actually no, we're gonna tie a knot. That's right, because nothing's changed. Okay, so we're gonna tie a knot, but you don't have to leave quite as long of a tail, just long enough to put your needle back on at the end because you're not attaching a clasp on this end. So it could be a nice shorter tail. And make a knot. Okay, and that brings it to a circle. So we've got our circle, our little beaded circle. And just a quick reminder, if there's anything I'm using you're curious about, check out that shopping bag. That's where everything is listed and put there so you can see it and easily find out more information about it or add it to your shopping cart. So very easy to do. Okay, here we go. So we're just gonna work our way now up to that marbled bead. So work our way up. And this is more of a traditional right angle weave, I would say, because we're not going to do that middle embellishment. Now you could, if you wanted that middle embellishment, you absolutely could do it on this design as well. And just you would follow the same sequence that we did for the bracelet. Okay, so I want to exit that marbled bead, but I don't want to exit the demi. So if you can see that, just exiting the marble bead and pulling, and now we're going to do the same middle section. So this is almost like getting a second demo for the bracelet because this is all starting out the exact same way, except for that midsection, of course. So I'm just putting a single demi between all of the fire polishes for this sequence. Okay, so that's what I've got on there. And now we're just going to loop back through that marbled bead. So there we go. Now we're going to work our way up to the green bead. And go through the green bead. And now we are going to add a demi, a gold, a demi, a milky amethyst, a demi, a gold, and a demi. So that's what we've got on our needle. And now we're just gonna, I like to always go in the same direction. So I just flipped my piece and now I'm gonna go back through it right here. But before I pull this tight, I'm gonna pull this purple bead out and isolate it and put my jump ring through it. That's why we pre-opened the jump ring ahead of time, because it would make it a little bit easier for us. So we've got our jump ring right here, and we are just going to take it, isolate out our nice big 8-0 purple bead, slip in that jump ring, just like so, close it on up, and now that it's got that jump ring attached, we can pull our string and it sits it down nicely and neatly on top of the other beads. But now you've got that jump ring attached, which is what you're going to add your earring hook to. So you can now kind of work your needle back into your beadwork any which way you like, and then you will kind of keep going until you want to tie those discreet little knots like we did with the bracelet, and then your earring will just need the earring hook attached and you're done. So here's like a nice little area. I'm just going to do a discreet knot. Give it a little tug, and you can do 2 knots right there, or you can just go a little further down and find another discreet little area. Tie another little knot and kind of keep going as many times as you want, as you're comfortable with, and then when you're ready, you just trim your tail. And you'll put your needle then back on the tail you started with, your main tail, and then you would just weave it in the exact same way. Oh, I cut off my main tail. Huh, well, that's okay. This was a demo piece. Okay, and then when you're all ready, this is your piece. And you just need to put your earring hook on. Yes, the check beads are 4 millimeter. They're a really easy size to work with. I'm going to show them again here in just a sec because they're so pretty. Megan did such a good job with this. All right, here are our earrings. So this is the Autumn Berry bracelet and earring set. So here were the earrings. If you joined us a little bit late, you can always go and watch the replay. It'll become available in just a few minutes when the show is over. But here is the Autumn Berry set. You see those hex beads are so nice and shiny in the middle. I love how they reflect the light, and the fire polish ones are really nice and shiny too. And this is what it would look like on. So very easy with that magnetic clasp. And then we've got the earrings are really nice and lightweight, which I love too. All right, and so this was the original strands. And see how many I have left, because I've made all of this. I still have some down here. I've actually made 3 earrings and I still have a lot left. So these are the Autumn Berry strands right here. So that's the original ones. You get the entire strands. And then you've got this collection here, which is really pretty if you wanted to do this in silver. Yeah, I like the X in the middle too. You can definitely leave it without the X, but the X is fun. Oh, thank you, Nancy. So these are all full strands. They are 4 millimeter fire polish, and they come in these great color bundles that Megan put together. And there's a couple extra colors there in the shopping bag as well. And those are ones that Deb was able to show off on her show. And so I put them in there too to show that there's other colors available as well. Really pretty though. This is another pretty fall harvesty color one too. So super pretty. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Oh my gosh. This was a fun one to come up with. Again, the beads kind of led to it. So what I did for designing is I had this as my foundation. And then I just started to find every bead that I had that I thought would look really good with it and just start playing. And that's how this design came about. Okay, guys, I am going to pop up my camera real quick so we could say goodbye for today. But I will be here Saturday. So I'm going to do another special Saturday show at 8 a.m. Pacific. So I get a bonus show this week where we get to do something really fun. And you know what? I'm tempted to use like these in it. I want to try another design with these because I love this color combo too. Okay, let me pop the camera up. Yay! Oh, that was fun. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was really fun and easy to do. And again, you could do that open circle too with the bracelet. If you don't want to do the X's, you could definitely do the open circle. So a quick reminder, if you have anything in your shopping cart, please remember to check out so you can get your items. We are having a check glass sale, we're having a stringing and clasp sale, and we have the deal of the week, which are bead llama kits. I put a couple in the shopping bag as well because they're 40% off. So great time if you are wanting to share the love of beading and maybe give us some Christmas gifts, some bead llama items. This is a great time when they're 40% off. So those are in the shopping bag too and on the website. Oh, thank you, Gigi. Lois, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna wear these. I'm gonna wear these today because they really do. You kind of forget that you have these ones on because they're really lightweight. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, and I hope that everyone who is at the doctor or was at the doctor and the dentist is feeling better and can rest and take it easy. Just relax. Maybe do some beading. That's always good. So everyone rest up and feel better. Thank you for joining me. I will be here again on Saturday at 8 a.m. And I really am tempted to do something more with one of the other colors of fire polish, maybe the blue and the silver. Kind of want to do some earrings. I don't know, some maybe really dramatic earrings. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do that for the next couple days and I'll come up with something fun for us to do. All right, Debbie, Mary, thank you. Have a great rest of your day and I will see you on Saturday. Bye everyone.